Hey, welcome back, everybody. My name is Mr. Reality, and I'm joined with psychic medium Liz Cross. How's everything going at your house, Liz?
Next question, please. you know, somebody's always sick here. So, next question. Thank
I
you.
would like people out there, thanks for listening. We really appreciate it. And what we'd like you to do is go back through Liz's videos, find one, like, share, and subscribe it with a friend, and just connect with an old friend and say hi. But do that for us. Share Liz's videos out there so that other people can see and hear what she's doing. We'd appreciate it.
Great. Thank you.
Now, this was a request also on your Patreon. If you're not a member, patreon.com/remote viewing and beyond. And Bianca Censori, I know nothing about her, but apparently it's Kanye's newest wife or Yee's latest wife. I don't know what to call people anymore, and I don't want to offend anybody by calling them the wrong name. So I wondered if we could connect with Bianca Censori or Bianca Yee or Bianca West. I don't know what to call her, but
Bianca No Shirt is what we can call her.
yeah, there aren't a lot of photos I can share with you out there. And if you're not familiar, she dresses scantily, and I don't know what will get us thrown off YouTube. So we're just gonna do a couple photos, but not all of her photos if you want to. And if you're in a safe environment, you can look up photos of her online, but it's very risque.
It is. It is. So I have a connection with her now, and Kanye is here. Now that is interesting. That is interesting. That you know what? I don't think that's ever happened before. That I have her here.
So either you called,
yeah, and he's standing right there, like monitoring her conversation with me, as in remote conversation.
Yeah.
Ooh, very
well.
telling.
We can bring him in the conversation too. Thank you, Mr. West. So, Miss Bianca, what are your true thoughts about the Kardashians?
What are your true thoughts about the Kardashians? They're trash. What is so interesting though is I said to Kanye, I was like, why are you here? He says, nobody talks to her without me being present.
Is it like does she have her own free will, or is he keeping her like a kept woman?
How do you feel in your relationship with Kanye? Do you feel very trapped? No, she doesn't feel trapped. Do you feel like he's controlling? Yes, he's very controlling. Why do you think he's very controlling? He's insecure in himself. Does he ever like accuse you of things? All the time. What does he accuse you of? Looking at other men. Okay, there's a reason I asked that question, and I'll tell you. Because anybody who has ever been or known anyone who's been in a domestic violence situation, oftentimes when you have a level of control, there's a lot of accusations going on, like you're looking at somebody or they're looking at you. Are you cheating? Like constant, they looked at you in the grocery store or something like that. Because this whole thing of him turning up automatically when she's here, that to me is very worrying.
Yeah, it's a warning sign, I'd say.
It is. It is.
Is she able to freely communicate with her unconscious mind to us, or does Kanye know in his unconscious mind that we're doing this?
He knows. He knows in his unconscious mind that we're doing this. It's like he's very protective of her too. He keeps her very sheltered. And I'm saying, is this because you're trying to build a brand out of her? And that's a yes. So this is a business transaction as well.
Is she happily married?
Are you happily married? No.
Do they plan to have kids?
Do you plan to have children? He wants children. Do you want children? No, not necessarily.
Is she friends with the other children or her stepkids?
Are you friends with your stepkids? No, I don't feel like she speaks to them very much.
Is she lonely?
Are you lonely? No, not really. But then what I pick up on her is that she doesn't mind being by herself. She doesn't mind being isolated. That doesn't bother her at all.
Well, when you walk around like you do, it's no wonder everyone's looking at you. So why are you such an exhibitionist when you walk around?
Why are you such an expert? He tells her to do that. Okay. And I'm saying, why does he tell you to do that? He controls what she wears.
And what he wears, I guess. Why does he feel that he can pick out her clothes?
Why does he feel that he can pick out your clothes? He has plans for her. Now, this is interesting because we did a tarot card reading earlier just to, lay the foundations. And
Okay.
now, as we're going into this mind probe, this is lining up. So he has plans for her. He intends to make her a brand, make her a business. It's like he's the CEO of the business and she's the money maker.
Yeah, she actually went to university. She's got a degree and had her own brand, Nylon, I think. And how about his mental illness? Now, this is thoughts, opinions, and we don't hold this against him. But in a previous probe, you did mention that
Hmm.
he may have some mental issues. Is she aware of those mental issues, or does she believe that to be true?
Do you believe he has mental health issues? Extreme paranoia.
And is he on or off his medication for that paranoia?
Is he on any medication? No, he refuses to take medication. So does he realize he's paranoid? No, he thinks this is normal behavior. He's extremely paranoid.
Is there any gaslighting that you go through?
Is there any gaslighting? All the time.
Do you think that he married you to make his ex jealous?
Do you think he married you to make him jealous? That's one part of it. Yes. Do you think he loves you? No, she does not think that he loves her.
Who do you turn to for guidance?
Who do you turn to for guidance? She doesn't have anyone. I feel like she's quite isolated.
What about her upbringing? What made her interested in fashion?
What about your upbringing? What? It was good. What made you interested in it? She's always had an eye for fashion. Is this the type of fashion that you want to be doing though? No. Because she parades around with no shirt and holds a cushion in front of her part. So is that your idea? No, that is not her idea. That's his idea. He
Was,
also is into fashion.
was she a big fan of Yi growing up?
Were you a big fan of you growing up? Yes.
And how did the meeting come about?
How did the meeting come about? He singled her out. What do you mean he singled you out? He saw me and he went for her. And what happened after that? He just stayed attached to her immediately. Does he ever call you Kim? No. Does he tell you you look like Kim? No. Do you know that you look like Kim? Yes, she's very aware.
In what ways does she find personal fulfillment in life?
In what ways do you find personal fulfillment in life? Money.
Got a lot of that. Ye's still worth $400 million despite losing his Adidas brand. So is that his next? I mean, I don't think it's going to work out, but okay. Will it work out? This new making Bianca a brand?
Ooh, let's ask somebody in spirit for her. Will this work out, making her a brand? Absolutely not. He is on a downward spiral financially. Absolutely. Financially, he's on a downward spiral. His spending is out of control. He's still spending like he has all those contracts.
We didn't need to buy her clothes. That saves one part. Um,
Right, right. He doesn't have to buy her clothes. That's hilarious.
can you share an instance where you felt misunderstood by the public?
Can you share an instance where you felt misunderstood? All the time she's misunderstood. And that thing on the boat in Venice on the gondola, did he make you do that? He asked me to. Did you realize you were being watched? Yes. She knew she was being watched. Is that why you both like did the sexual activity. Yes, he asked her to do it. What, for attention? Yes. So he's very much like wanting attention. Why does that? Let me ask him. Why do you think that wanting attention is good for business?
So will she get back into architecture?
You get back into architecture. Yes, she quite likes architecture.
Will she get back into it?
Will you get back into it? She doesn't know. Do you have unlimited access to money? No. So that came out in the tarot card reading that she was being quite financially controlled by him. Do you have to ask to spend money? Yes, all the time. Do you have a card or anything like that that you're freely allowed to go spend? No.
Is there a prenup?
Is there a prenup? Yes.
What is she most afraid of in this relationship?
What she wants to think in this relationship of it failing.
Can she describe her emotional bond with Mr. West?
What is your emotional bond with Kanye? Well, he's my husband. I know, but what is this bond? Um, this is business. This is business for sure. Did you both agree that this was really good for business? No, but we instinctively knew that this is good for business. Do you think that he's using you to get back at Kim? Yes, there is an element of that. Okay. And what do you mean this is good for business? Like she can make a name for herself separate to him. See, this is what we were talking about earlier, which is the difference between her and Kim is that Kim already had a name for herself before she got with Kanye, right? So,
I don't know. This is not in my wheelhouse, really. I'm more interested in philosophers, but it's what the people demand. So go ahead.
so right, I knew you were going to say that. But the thing is, she's trying to build a brand, her brand off of him, and he's trying to build a brand off of her so that, they can make money. But his mental health is spiraling out of control.
Does she have any mental health issues?
Yeah, mental health issues. So she's telling me no, but so let me tune into spirit. Does she have mental? Yes, yes, she does. She suffers with depression.
And who was she before she incarnated into this reality?
This reality. So she had a previous lifetime in Australia. How long ago was that? I feel like she was one of the early white settlers, or that, yeah, in Australia. It was like hard farm living, very difficult. She looks very worn out and haggard. She had a lot of children. Was he the soulmate in the lifetime? No, no. And she worked herself into a grave. I mean, it was hot. She's trying to farm.
Oh, yeah, it's hot over there. Did they ever have any other past incarnation experiences together, or is this a new one just for fame and fortune?
Is this a new lifetime for you and Kanye? No, they've had past lives before. Um, but he was always very dominant over her.
What other types of past lives did Mr. Yi have?
What other types of past lives did he have? He was very poverty stricken. He also had a lifetime of enslavement. Were you an African? So yeah, he was a slave. Were you in Africa? No, no. I feel like he was brought to, where were you brought to? The Caribbean. You weren't brought to the Americas? No. So he had a lifetime where he was enslaved in the Caribbean. And was Bianca there for that lifetime? No, she wasn't. The lifetimes that they shared together, they go quite a long way back, and it's almost like she's a child bride, and
Same now. She's only
mhm,
29 or 27 at the time, but
yeah, yeah.
where are they in the scheme of their incarnation number as humans? We always like to know how many pasts they've had, not together, but incarnation human lives.
How many past lives has she had altogether? She's had several hundred. And where is she on the level? She's at a level two. Where is he? He's at a low two. He's at a low two. She's a little bit higher on the ascension scale, only slightly. Um, but they're both trying to, that's what we're all doing here. We're all trying to ascend our soul as much as possible with each lifetime that we experience. So, the lifetimes of hardship, enslavement, no money, poverty, that wasn't working. So this is their lifetime to have a lot of money. Is he going to lose all of his money? No, he's not. Is he eventually going to be able to recoup? No, but he has a spending problem. So
Oh,
eventually, is he going to, let me ask this question, is he going to be able to, become stable with the money? Like, did you say he's worth 400 million? His money's going down big time. That's why he's desperate to build this brand out of her.
what number incarnation is it for Mr. Kanye West?
Is it for you? Ooh, he's been around a long time, a lot longer than she has. He's had over 1,000 lifetimes.
And still low level. What hinders people from expanding up to level 3 or level 4? What lessons does Kanye West need to take advantage of before he can climb up the ladder?
Both of them suffer from depression. So he has a lot of depression. Is the depression, does that amount to the paranoia? No, the paranoia is a totally different mental disorder. The depression comes from childhood. I don't know much about his childhood, but I feel like it was quite poor. Not a lot of food on the table, a big disconnect in the family. He always felt terrible, like about himself. In saying that, that poverty, that level of poverty motivated him to make money, right? And he was going to do whatever it took to make money. And that's why he ended up being so successful. And I'm going to ask him now, but with your divorce to Kim, how did she tell you about that? She told me she didn't love me. Okay. And what did that make you feel? Like, how did that make you feel, that divorce thing? Terrible. And was that a big shock to you? It was a shock to him. And I'm asking him, did you lose a lot of money? But yes, he did. He lost millions and millions of dollars not being married to Kim Kardashian anymore. And do you believe it was because that you were endorsing Trump mostly? Because you remember, he was a huge Trump supporter. And
Yeah,
I'm
he'll
saying,
probably be on the ticket.
yeah, that's right. You know what? Didn't he run for president? Didn't
I
he?
think
Did
so. Yeah, but
he run?
not
Yes, he
everybody
did.
can be on the ballot. Who is his favorite philosopher?
Who's your favorite philosopher? So he's looking more towards like modern day figures, Martin Luther King. So not going, Dr. King. So not going too far back into the past. That's someone he looked up to for sure.
What's he feel like the meaning of life is? Not necessarily his, but for everybody.
Well, for his, it was not getting killed. What do you feel like the meaning of life is for everybody? He has no idea. He says, I'm just here.
So is his goal to build a brand out of Bianca in fashion? Because the fashion choice is, I'm not a fashionista, but not so hot.
Is your goal to build a brand out of Bianca for fashion? Yeah, for fashion, fame, fortune. He wants her everywhere. He wants her on TV. He wants her in magazines. He wants her everywhere.
Well, good luck to them.
Yeah, really. I mean, they're ambitious. She's very pretty. She is pretty. She's gorgeous. And I just hate that she's being used, but I think she's okay with that. Are you okay with being? Yeah, she knows that. She's not stupid.
Thanks so much, everybody.
Wow.
Like, share, and subscribe. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
next time.